Got a sand challenge for the Atlas now. This is some pretty soft stuff. See if it bogs down those wheels. Oh, it is. I think there were some people that were genuinely upset when the Atlas 6x6 was slapped with the discontinued label, but there was nothing to worry about. FMS was just working on a V2 model, and that's what this is right here. We're gonna check this out today. It's been a favorite in the RC community. It's a fun indoor and outdoor 6x6 ready to run. It's got a cool Power Wagon body on it, and they've made some worthy changes. So first up, let me show you what you get inside the box. $169.99 US. That's the going rate for the V2 right now, and this is the rig as it comes out of the box. I'm going to go over that in just a little bit. Here's the radio system, one of the more basic FMS radios, V3 model. It does have digital trims and a foam steering wheel, and just FYI, that bind button right there, that's your on and off for the lights on the truck. You also get an instruction manual, a 600 milliamp LiPo battery pack, a USB charger for that battery pack, box wrench in case you need to take off the wheels, and some hard springs in case the stock springs are a little too soft for your obstacles. So here's the V1 Atlas 6x6 out of the box, and here's the V2. Do you notice any difference between the two? Well, if you said that the V2 has a shiny body now, you would be correct. The V1 had a matte finish, which I thought was pretty cool, but I do like the look of the shiny V2 model. Now, the other thing that people really love about this is it's styled after a Dodge Power Wagon. Unfortunately, it doesn't have the licensing, but the cab looks super cool. One of the other big things I like about it is the extended roll bar on the back with the spare tire. Also has this utility box, has some clips if you want to add some tools to the back, aggressive off-road front bumper, and then it has LED lights for headlights and taillights actually. Still has the stacks on the side, the muffler guards under the steps, and I like that they kept the fenders in matte black because it gives the body a two-tone look. Into some of the other changes that they made to the V2, let me just pop the body up here. It's secured with a magnet and a hinge on the front. So right off the bat, you're gonna notice this large silver can motor, much bigger than the V1. It's a 100 turn motor, and it's attached to a new gear case that has all metal gears on the inside. So they improve the durability of it, and this motor is gonna give it much more torque, much smoother throttle response, and aiding in that is the new R3A 2-in-1 receiver speed controller combo. This is also going to give it a smoother response. It's one of their newer 2-in-1 units, the V3, which they're using on a number of their models. And that's really about it for changes. I mean, I went through this thing and I couldn't find anything else that they've really tweaked or tuned. I mean, they changed the color plastics on the hex, not a big deal there. There's no decal on the servo now, but without taking everything apart, that's what I found. So those changes are going to make a big difference for the way this truck performs as far as the smooth throttle response goes, but let's just check out some of the other features of it. So we've got these Taraz tires on all four corners, nice squishy soft tires to grab some traction. Suspension links are all composite. Check out how the rear is independent from the center, so everything operates on its own. We've got some metal pivot balls in the center here. There's just screws going through these links. The other thing that they kept the same is the friction dampers. Again, they gave us some hard springs, but I really wish that they went and upgraded this to some of their oil shocks on the V2 model. You'd think they would have done that. Anyway, the chassis on here, aluminum side plates, very cool, and we've already gone over the transmission. You can see that it does have straight axles, slider drive shafts, and they've got ball bearings throughout this. So it's a fun, well-equipped mini model. I had a lot of fun when I drove the V1. Now let's go and run the V2. RC drivers, it's freezing cold out. Everything's covered in snow, but here under the bridge where I usually take mini crawlers, I've got sand, I've got dirt, I've got rocks, and it's gonna be the perfect spot right now to run the Atlas 6x6. Let's just get right into it and challenge this rig on the rocks. This has got some pretty jagged edges to it. Let's give it a nice smooth crawl through here. And yeah, I could already tell that new motor giving this rig some much needed power. We'll see if those tires have some traction. We do. And yeah, we got more power with that motor. This bigger motor definitely has the power to move all 6 wheels. The previous version with the small motor, well, it would struggle a little bit, but we could just muscle through anything with this one. So we don't have a ton of steering angle with this rig, and part of it is the length that cuts down the steering, but I did notice that you can go and trim it out a little bit more, and that you can do that on your radio system, add a few clicks. You don't want to add too much because then it bottoms out the steering, but there's definitely room to add a little bit more with those trims. So it's good that we got more torque, but I wish we got some more speed with the V2. It's got to bomb through some of these gnarly rocks here. The spring suspension, not too bad. A little on the bouncy side. But with 6 shocks in total, it's manageable. It's not going that fast anyway. This is a challenge where that long wheelbase is going to come in handy. See that step down? Let's see if we can get through it. Got a sand challenge for the Atlas now. This is some pretty soft stuff. See if it bogs down those wheels. Oh, it is. Muscling through. Nailed it. Overall, RC drivers, I'm happy to see the Atlas 6x6 back in the FMS lineup. I think they made some worthy changes to it. I kind of wish they made a couple more improvements. Gave us maybe that 2-speed that they have sitting in their catalog and those oil-filled shocks. But it's a fun rig. It's a great looking rig, and you know, for around the house or under the bridge, it's a great mini truck if you want to add a 6x6 to your collection. I'll have links for it in the video description below.